Hey, Shawna K, pull-up queen. I create and do challenging workouts and I help people reach their personal best. I'm here with my good friend Rick Kaselj. As you know, if you've been following my blog, I have some knee issues, and there's no better person than my good friend who has helped me with my elbows and other issues. My go-to guy for injuries, exercise for injury guy, Rick Kaselj. What can you do to help me with my knees and to help my readers and of my blog with their knees? Because we're always, you know, we're going to be dealing with something, and a lot of people have asked me, what can we do to help the knees?
I mean, looking at people that challenge themselves and are always trying to reach their personal best, one of the probably the most common pains or injuries they get is in their knees. And there's lots that you can do. Yes, you need to go see someone to kind of confirm that there's nothing serious, but there's lots that you can do to help when it comes to recovery. Like the number one thing is like try to get full range of motion in your knee. So have the, you know, without it being loaded, you know, lying down, you know, before you go to bed, moving that knee from a straight position all the way to a bent position, because it's important to have that full range of motion. Other thing is, you know, you're gonna have to shift over and try to focus a little bit more on hip exercises, because if you can improve the strength, you know, endurance and power in your hips, that decreases how much stress ends up being in your knees. It makes your knees stronger because that other area is strengthened. Other things that you would end up doing is trying to stretch up and loosen up the muscles around the knee, because everything, we get pain, we get inflammation, and then what ends up happening is all those muscles around the knee end up tightening up.
Right.
And all that tightness doesn't allow the knee to end up healing. So those would be the main things that I would, you know, recommend to someone. Oh, and the last thing is you know, take the knees out of positions of stress. There's always things that we do that are dumb, that kind of put unnecessary stress on our knees. So how we're standing and talking to our friends, or how we're standing at work. I mean, that puts unnecessary stress on our
Maybe
knees.
the shoes you're wearing.
Yeah, shoes will also, like if you're more like high-heeled shoes, that shifts more weight onto your front of your toes, which puts more stress in the knee. And if you're, while the knees are constantly in stress, that doesn't allow the knee to recover. So if you can, you know, put those knees in positions that they're not stressed, it allows the knees to recover. So those would be the things that I would recommend.
One thing I wanted to ask is, you know, I always recommend, you know, getting professional help.
Yeah.
But I don't run to the doctor or specialist just, you know, right away.
Yeah.
When would you suggest, if you know you have kind of an ache or a pain, at what point do you seek outside medical attention?
My guideline is, you know, if it really is affecting what you're doing when it comes to like your activity, you know, your work, what you do around the house, if it really inhibits that and doesn't get better after like a day or two, I would end up getting it looked at, just to have it ruled, just to have anything ruled out seriously. And a lot of it's just psychological, because you end up having this conversation with your knee, and it's like, what's going on with you? Why aren't you going away? Like, and then if the pain persists, then you're like, oh no, you know, I'm not going to be able to do squats anymore. You know, so you start ending up having that conversation. And if you can just have someone take a look and say, oh, it's nothing serious. You've just done this. It's going to just take a couple weeks for you to kind of recover. And those things that I suggested on, you know, keeping that range of motion, stretching things out in the knee, strengthen up that hip, you know, get out of those positions of stress for the knee, that'll end up helping with the recovery of the knee.
Yeah. Well, I'll be doing all those things. In fact, I already am waiting for, you know, and the thing is I've been doing those things, and I mean, I have a torn lateral meniscus, which, you know, will require outside intervention. But my training, I've still not stopped training my legs, but doing things like stiff leg deadlifts, and you know, so there's always a way to train around, you know, and so you've got tons of answers for people training around injuries. So keep an eye out for Rick. We'll be having more because I need the information. I may as well pass it off to you. All right. Yeah, just click the link below. Rick's got some more awesome information for you, and we'll see you next time.